viewers IS Academy. In this video, let us see why Stockholm Convention on Persistent Organic Pollutants is in news. And let us analyze what is Stockholm Convention and what are persistent organic pollutants. This Stockholm Convention is in news because recently the Union Cabinet approved the ratification of 7 chemicals listed under Stockholm Convention on POPs, that is persistent organic pollutants. So Union Cabinet has ratified these 7 chemicals. The ratification holds to reduce and decrease the use of these POPs in the environment and obey the have the responsibilities of Stockholm Convention in reducing these pollutants. So now let us see what is Stockholm Convention and how we are able to be advantageous by it. Stockholm Convention on Persistent Organic Pollutants were adopted by the Conference of Plenipotentiaries in 2001 in Stockholm, Sweden, and came into force in 2004. This was a conference and it came into force in 2004. Over 152 countries have ratified the convention. And this is a global treaty to protect mainly human health, environment, or from POPs. The hazardous pollutants should be saved. The human health should be saved from the hazardous pollutants. POPs are listed in various annexes of Stockholm Convention after thorough scientific research and deliberation and negotiation among member countries. Hexabromycyclododecane and hexachlorobutadiene, which were already listed as POPs, comes under Stockholm Convention. In implementing this convention, our Indian government, our Union Cabinet, by ratifying this, will be responsible to take measures to eliminate or reduce the release of POPs into environment. This is the main objective of ratifying Stockholm Convention on POPs, to eliminate and to reduce the release of POPs in the environment. So this financial support is got through Global Environment Facilities, is the designated interim financial mechanism for Stockholm Convention, and it sets up a system for tackling additional chemicals also, which are accepted as hazardous. Ultimately, the convention points the way to future free of dangerous POPs and promises to reshape our economy's reliance on toxic chemicals. Our economy should become a toxic-free economy and work for the better future of the people. This is about Stockholm Convention. Let us see what are persistent organic pollutants. See, persistent organic pollutants are chemicals of global concern. That is, it's not only concerned to one region. The chemicals which are generally released throughout the world due to their potential for long range transport, persistent in the environment, and ability to biomagnify and bioaccumulate in ecosystem, as well as the significant negative effects on human health and environment. As you can see this image here, how POPs, the hazardous releases from the air, reaches our atmosphere, comes down in the form of rain, reaches our water cycle, and the marine species are affected by it. By inhalation, humans are affected. By grazing and everything, our domestic animals are affected. The farms are affected. This is how biomagnification of hazardous pollutant is taking place. Biomagnification. To avoid this kind of accumulation in the ecosystem, there are some conventions which makes them to decrease and cysteine. The most commonly encountered POPs are organochlorine pesticides such as DDTs, which were used recently and which were banned in India, industrial chemicals, most notably polychlorinated biphenyls PCBs, as well as unintentional byproducts of many industrial processes, especially polychlorinated dibenzo P dioxins PCDD and dibenzofurans PCDF, commonly known as dioxin. Mainly dioxins could be classified as POPs. Thus, POP is a POP is biomagnified throughout the food chain and bioaccumulating organisms. The highest concentration of POPs are thus found in organisms at the top of our food chain. From it is from like grass to the predators, we are able to identify the POPs. Thus, POPs becomes a serious concern in the well-being of the environment. So, conserving our environment and resisting the use of POPs is the future need. Thus, Cabinet delegated its power to ratify chemicals under the Stockholm Convention to Union Ministers of External Affairs and Environment MOEFCC with regards to POPs already regulated under the domestic regulation. Thereby, they streamline the procedures, they improve the procedures, they modify the rules and give us in elimination of POPs itself. Not only reducing, we are striving to eliminate this biomagnification. So, the Cabinet's approval for ratification of POPs demonstrates India's commitment to meet its industrial international obligation with regard to protection of environment and human health. The ratification process would enable India to access GF, financial resources, and updating its national implement plans also. This is how India is able to process its fundings and responsibility towards Stockholm Convention. So now, what are the serious concerns and what are the consequences faced when we are exposed to POPs? That is, exposure to POPs mainly leads to serious health effects including cancer, birth defects, dysfunctional immune systems, reproductive systems get affected, greater susceptible to diseases and mainly damages our central and peripheral nervous system. So by looking this serious concern of exposure of POPs, it is a urgent need for all the countries to reduce and eliminate POPs from the environment and abide by the rules of Stockholm Convention and uphold the responsibility conveyed by it. That is how India is able to streamline its procedures. Its ratification process would enable India in a very international obligation to pursue this elimination of POPs. So this is about Stockholm Convention on persistent organic pollutants and how protecting human health and the environment from these pollutants could be achieved by signing this kind of convention is conveyed in this article. So that's it about Stockholm Convention and thank you for now. Have a great day.